This is something that can be fixed in Washington, D.C., and it should be fixed there.
And should Senator Baldwin, should Democrats just vote on the continuing resolution and open the government?
Yeah, I'm not going to give them advice. It's a mess out there.
Governor Tony Evers in Racine warning of cuts to food share benefits come November if the government shutdown continues. This as lawmakers took testimony on a Republican-led bill to legalize medical marijuana in the state. A bill Assembly Speaker Robin Vos told us right here a few weeks ago was dead. We took all of that to Senate President Mary Felskowski.
We'll talk about medical marijuana in a second. First, I just want to talk about the federal government shutdown, just kind of get your take on where everything stands. The state now says food share benefits come November will run out. 700,000 Wisconsinites, $114 million a month from the federal government. Is there any scenario that you see that the legislature would step in if this is prolonged?
You know, 114 million is a lot of money. And my heart goes out to people, but this is a federal issue. And I don't see the state having the resources to do that. I just wish that the Democrats would sign this continuing resolution and vote for it, and let's move on. They shouldn't be playing games like this. You don't hold people hostage over these kind of issues. So no, I don't see us stepping in.
All right, let's talk medical marijuana. There was a public hearing this past week. Just curious your thoughts on the public hearing, this first kind of step in the legislative process here at the Capitol.
I think the hearing went very well. There was some very good debate, very good points made, and I'm hoping that it'll come out of committee, and then I'd love to see it get through the Senate.
So do you have the votes here in the Senate to pass?
So once it comes out of committee, that's when we really start counting votes and having some serious conversations about it. It's unique when you're in caucus. People won't really tell you where they're at. They'll say, well, is it out of committee? What did it come out of committee? And they don't really want to tell you where they're at until they know if it came out of committee.
They won't even tell you?
No. Mm-mm. And I mean, there's people that have that you know where they're going to be up front, but there's a lot of people that, they want to know what was the debate in committee, what was said in committee, where are the different groups on everything after the committee process, is there going to be any amendments, and then they'll say, okay, then they'll give you their vote after the committee hearing.
Do you think you're closer now than you have been in years past?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, it's an 86% issue. Wisconsinites have voted, the Wisconsinites have spoken up.
What do you make of Speaker Vos telling us a couple weeks ago that it's essentially dead on arrival?
That's the Assembly, and that's Speaker Vos. He has in the past said, we can probably get this done. Then he said, no, it's dead on arrival. Then it was statewide dispensaries. And earlier this year, he said there's potential to get it passed. Now he said it's dead on arrival. Choose your day. Choose your day. So we're not going to worry about the Assembly. We're going to sit here and we're going to do what the Senate does.
Are state-run dispensaries a no-go?
No.
For the Senate?
No.
No scenario?
No scenario where that's happening. Never has been. Never been an option.
Senate Democrats in recent weeks have criticized Republicans for what they say is few floor sessions, lawmakers not coming in to meet. Is that a fair criticism?
How many bills have been passed this year by Senate Republicans?
You tell
versus
me.
Senate Assembly. So Senate Assembly has passed 126 bills. Senate Republicans have passed 107. So we are right on track for what we've always done. I would just say that we don't have to come in for 90 minutes at a time. We come in and we did, like last week we passed 40 pieces of legislation. So we're right on track.
What are your main goals between now and then legislatively?
Healthcare. We have the 5th highest healthcare costs in the nation. People are going bankrupt. Employers are saying that they're looking at leaving the state, 1 in 10, to expand because of the tax that healthcare has become on our state. I would love to see hospital price transparency get done. I would love to see WHEEL get done, and I'd sure love to see PBM reform get done. We'll see.
Hospital transparency, for example, what's the biggest roadblock in terms of that getting to the governor?
The Assembly. One man. That's been and I think, if it's a 97% issue amongst our constituents, and if you follow social media and, when it's talked about, the cost of healthcare is crushing Wisconsinites.
When we think big picture and what you and Republicans are attempting to do, Democrats sure think they're going to take control of the Senate come next fall. How likely is that?
0. They don't have a plan. If right now all I see is the Democrats bashing. What's your plan? What's your plan to move Wisconsin forward and to help people? I haven't heard anything of substance.
You recently decided you're not going to run for Congress, stay here. What went into that thought process for you? Was that a hard decision?
At first, it was very hard.
Yeah.
I have a granddaughter that needs me more than the 7th Congressional District.
And it came down to that.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's as simple.
it's as simple as that.
All right, coming up, what voters think, plus the new Wisconsin poll just days from release. Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin standing by next.